All right. Well, guys, I think we probably have about everyone we're gonna get, unless Carter wakes up.
Doubtful.
I've literally texted the man. I have tagged the man. He was in the Discord with us, so I really don't know what happened to this guy. He just disappeared. He's on the farm. The chupacabra must have got him while he was letting the goats out. I don't know.
He's protecting the goats.
Yeah. So, without further ado, are we ready? Do we feel prepared?
So ready.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
David just left.
David left. It's okay. That's
Honest,
all right.
we attempted to summon May, but she's on the trip of a lifetime, so
Yeah. But she's in
a better place.
Nope.
She should be in a hotel right now. So I tagged her to be like, if you want a hotel somewhere in the United States.
You're pinpointing it down.
Oh, you said trip of a lifetime. It was the world first. Now it's in the continental United States.
She's probably taking the trip of a lifetime to the bottom of a tequila bottle right now, honestly.
Oh man.
I've taken that trip. That's certainly a trip.
But anyway, if she wants a special guest, she will. If she can't, then whatever.
I also reached out to artist Joe Holly on the only portal that I know he's somewhat active on.
For a second, I thought you were going to say on OnlyFans, and I was like, I
Yeah,
love the concept
Joe
of
has an OnlyFans.
the two of you chatting on OnlyFans because that's the one he responds to. Like, I love that so much.
He's just so active on there.
Hey, get your bank.
Dude, David is like cooking a meal right now.
No, I'm just getting a drink.
I love it. All right, here we go, guys. So, for all of you who know, I am Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor. I am the DM for our live play on Wednesday nights for Coralthea Waking Fates. And with me today, we have the amazing artist, a swan named Emily Swan. So many swans.
So many swans.
And of course, joining us is the man, the myth, the legend, the one you all know as the Slooty Mage, Joey Schechtel.
Hello.
And for all of you meeting him for the first time, he is the inventor, the prodigy, the gnome man, the man with the fizz bang. He is David.
Hello.
And of course, if
No one's getting fist banged tonight.
If the other people join us, I will introduce them, but unfortunately they're not here. But I will give them some honorable mentions, as we have two other artists that are working on this project, and that is the amazing the amazing artist of the comic book Timberwolves, and pretty is how you announce it. I'm pretty positive. Joe Holly, and on the internet he is known as
Joe
Holly.
No, doesn't he have a tag? I thought his tag was like little Joe Holly.
That's just
his
Discord.
Discord. I don't know if that's public.
Joe Holly!
You're just doxing people everywhere,
I
man.
know.
What do you
said
mean?
don't show up to my stream, I'll fucking share your shit everywhere.
I'm doing my best.
And you're doing great. I appreciate you.
An amazing animator, Jeff Munn, who on the internet is known as Pocket Science. I get that one right?
And also Jeff Munn. He's
also his name.
He's Jeff with a G.
That is correct.
So G Money.
Yeah. And then, of course, since we have two of our players, I might as well mention the other two players, as we have honorable mention May Leah, who plays Moss, and if he shows up from his nap, Carter, who plays Keith Fellmore in our live play. And guys,
what's a Waking Fate sound? Do you have a specific, like, is there a gong or a bugle or a toot-toot-toot? Weet woo. What's your Waking Fate sound? I can't.
Lizard.
Lizard. I was literally about to get there.
That has been me all day for the past 5 days.
So yes, Lizard. So guys, what we are doing tonight is a nice little hype stream for our Kickstarter that launches Friday. So what I'm going to do now is give you a little bit of a tidbit about what that project is. So it is called Older and Dumber's Coralthea, Waking Nightmares and Forgotten Fates, based off of the live play. We're raising funds to produce a full-color printed comic anthology based on Coralthea Waking Fates, our original Dungeons & Dragons live play series. This project brings together 4 unique comic artists, each telling a deeply personal, visual, striking story about one of our campaign's main characters, exploring their nightmares, regrets, and darkest memories. Each artist is creating a 6 to 8 page story that reflects their character's emotional journey, using our scripts, live play references, and model sheets as inspiration. In addition, every artist will contribute a full-color pinup cover piece and bonus sketches or concept work to be featured in the book. So that is our little project, guys. That's what we're doing. And tonight we are doing a little sneak peeks, little interview questions, little hype, little hype.
Hype train rolling.
Yeah, David's gonna be my dude tonight.
So if you're out here, share it out to all your peeps. Get them in here. Let's let them all know that something's going on.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. So first thing we're going to start with is you artists. Please tell us what you are working on tonight.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I am definitely prepared with my art for tonight. So I am going to work on some color blocking for page 1. So I'm going back to my roots, and I am illustrating my comic at least with pencils and inks traditionally, and then scanning it in and coloring digitally, because no, I would not color this traditionally. That seems
You don't
like
want to do it all in watercolors?
I truly do not. As tempting as that is. That would be cool, but I want to actually get it done in time so that Hunter's head does not explode.
That would never happen.
No, never. And since I'm mean and bad to you in many other ways, I figured I'd be good and nice in this way. So this page very much kind of sets the tone for the next few pages of my story. So I wanted to start playing with some colors and get the vibes.
The vibes.
Oh, I upset him. I upset him so much.
He
had to
left.
leave. Shit.
No, it's just getting a little hot in here, so I wanted to turn a little AC on.
He's getting bothered by the watercolor talk.
Getting hot and bothered. You know
By a
what I'm
missed
saying?
deadline. He's like, no, please don't.
Don't do this to me, please.
Yeah.
Don't give me more disappointment.
All right.
Onyx, I got you. Hydrate. Where are we? Grist iron.
Same. I'm drinking a Louise from Bob's Burgers. Or a Bob's Burgers
I'm
do.
drinking booze.
I found its gasoline in the back of my refrigerator. Been keeping it on ice.
What about you, Joey? What are you doing?
Tastes
tonight?
like 89. Wait.
I'm drinking a spooky unsweetened iced tea. Actually, I haven't cracked anything yet.
I was talking about what you're doing tonight, but that works
well, I am also working on a page, but I am sketching a page, one that I've been excited to do.
Now I realize what you're doing.
I am working on page 3, which is a scene that played out perfectly in game. In my head, I had, because when I was working with Hunter to develop this, because yes, Waking Fates is a show and we want it to be entertaining for you. So I work with my DM to, brick out scenes beforehand so they make sense. This particular scene in Ra-Ra's little series of flashbacks was very much based on like Stephen King-esque bullies. This scene specifically that I showed Hunter was the one from Halloween 4, where Jamie is getting bullied, and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
No. This is her niece in this one, but she is just these kids are the worst, absolute horrible little creatures. Just dropping things like Jamie's mom is a mummy. Just your typical 80s bullies, which I think is sort of becoming a dying art. And I was super happy to see Stranger Things bring back first with Steve, who gets his redemption, and then later with Billy. So that's
still, you just triggered me. I still don't like that Billy had a
gets redeemed
redemption. that it's not okay. I don't like his redemption
Billy,
in any way.
Interesting.
Real monster.
An absolute monster the entire time. And because he takes 1 second to go, love you. You know what I mean? Like the one moment of protection for 1 second, we have to love the guy. No. You can't be redeemed while like what? Come on. You're not Darth Vader.
Because none of the things that you have listed are things that I have consumed from media. So it's very exciting to me. I was like, no, I like it. I'm here for it. None of it means anything to me.
Yeah.
I have no sense.
We probably can't show it on stream because of TOS, but I can share the bullying scene to you so you can see what I'm talking about.
I love that.
All right, so let's get into some of these fun interview questions. And because you guys have talked a bunch, we're going to go right to some player questions, or at least a player question, maybe two. We'll see how David answers this. So, David, in your most thought-provoking way possible, how do you feel about your nightmare/memory being brought to life in comic form?
He's gone.
What?
Did you hear any of that, David?
I heard none of that.
He's on a bit of a delay.
All right, I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna send it to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Can you see the private chat on the right side of the screen?
I see that.
Okay. Yes. How do you feel about your nightmare/memory being brought to life in comic form?
So I know how I have it looking in my mind, but I am really interested to see how it's interpreted from someone who's not playing it.
Okay. I will say I actually did send some questions to your artist, Jeff Munn. Before
you hear all of that
stream.
or most of that?
Yeah, we heard a good portion of that. Here I was going to answer your answer with Jeff Munn's answer.
With a question.
What is going on?
David is lost in the twilight zone.
Oh no! Oh, the face, the frozen face.
Good thing we didn't try to play today.
Oh my gosh. He did just get new internet, and it's probably not doing well.
Nope, there he goes.
Oh no.
Oh no. He answered his one question and said, I'm done.
Well, if he comes back, then he comes back. If not, that's okay. But I will say, like I said, I sent some questions to good old Jeff Munn, the artist for Fizzy, before our little stream tonight. So David had said, he's very interested to see how someone who's not actually been in the campaign and not played it will translate it into art themselves. Let's see. How do you? I asked Jeff, how do you approach adapting someone else's story into your style? And he says, I quote, "At this point, I have the mindset of, you came to me for a reason. You know how I draw. So I find it pretty easy to just draw things how I would draw them. Luckily, my animation background also allows for me to easily adapt to different styles. So if need be, I can change it up. But for the most part, I have built up enough confidence in myself to just draw how I draw," is what Jeff says to that.
Nice.
which I thought was a pretty good answer. I mean, he's not wrong. We did go to him for a very specific reason, and that's because we loved his style. We thought it would be great for Fizzy's, life story and such. It really fits the character. So yeah. But I will say, with that being said, and that being the first question for artists, I would like to throw that at you, Swan. David's back.
Take
Yay!
you in Firefox.
Yeah, never use Firefox. Always Google Chrome.
I was using Chrome. Now I'm using Firefox.
Oh no, I made a mistake.
Up is
Yeah.
down, left is right.
No, I'm. It just everything just stopped. Everybody was buffering.
I
David,
wonder
why
if
are
this-
you not using Microsoft or Internet Explorer?
Oh no.
I thought you were gonna say Teams, and I was
I
like,
think it's called Microsoft Edge now.
oh god, it is.
Yeah.
So David, I'll read you the answer that Jeff gave. So you had said, I'm excited to see how someone can make the art from something they aren't playing in, blah, blah. So I asked Jeff, I said, how do you approach adapting someone else's story into your style? And he says, at this point, I have the mindset of, you came to me for a reason, you know how I draw. So I find it pretty easy to just draw things I draw how I would draw them. Luckily, my animation background also allows for me to easily adapt to different styles. So if need be, I can change it out. But for the most part, I have built up enough confidence in myself to just draw how I draw, is what Jeff says.
Hell yeah.
So, but I wanted to
I'm
point that
really
question.
I'm really excited to see his interpretation of it.
Yeah? What's your most, what
Yeah.
do you feel the most excited about?
I'm going to say all of it. Like I know
David's
how
a
I
lover.
see it. I'm excited to see his vision of it.
Well, actually, how about a little tiny sneak peek for the people and for David?
What?
What? The
No
fuck did you just say? What did he say? All right, where the frick is this? Here we go. Here I am again, not knowing how to do anything on StreamYard. Boom. Here we go. Present.
It's called
Um,
presenting.
I did it. Oh, I can just straight up present an image file? No, share my screen. Oh,
That's
image
crazy.
file? Oh, I can just, okay, let's try that. Let's see what this looks like when I do this. Boom. Open. Oh, look at that, David. How do you feel about that, David? What's that make you feel? Look at his face. Look at his face.
Oh my god. That's so cool.
So this is what Jeff says is currently, he says it's not finished. This is what his vision so far is for your cover.
That's cool as heck.
Dude,
Are we allowed to swear on your
David's,
stream, Emily?
You are definitely allowed to swear.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
dude, David's like giddy. He's got like both, fists under his chin. Oh man. Yeah. So
I'm
that is
super-
the.
Super excited to see everything that he makes.
How do you feel about Jeff's art? Do you feel this was the right guy to encompass Fizzy?
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
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 Really gives them Fizzy vibes.
Honestly, though.
He does.
I can't wait to see like other scenes. Like,
Mhm.
oh. Ah.
David's in love now. All right, Swan. Let's go over to you now. After I've said
Okay.
it 6 times.
That's okay. It was important.
Swan, how do you approach adapting someone else's story into your style? And you can. How do I stop presenting?
I can stop.
Oh.
So it's actually one of my favorite things. I like taking someone else's story and bringing it to life. So I am not a writer myself, so I prefer just being the art side of things. So this was very fun. And I think because we had done a couple of streams where we had already tackled some of the material and I'd been lucky enough to draw Moss as a character already, it was that much more exciting to then get to tell more of her story in my style. I feel like she fits for my style, and that's just me being selfish. And I don't need you to ask May if she's happy with the artist she got, because I don't want to know. I don't need
Well,
to
guess
know.
what I did? And she said you're awful.
Shit.
Swan is the worst. No, I'm just
I was
kidding.
like, wait, I got that one? Oh.
May actually loves you so much. She talks about you all the time.
Well,
She
good.
likes you very, very much. There's kind of a trend that everyone who's near you likes you. So,
Oh.
abundant by the stream we were watching you on before you came over here, and once you left, they said, "I miss her already."
Nope, stream over. Said that.
Oh man. So with that being said, too, as we're sort of talking about how you adapt your style into somebody else's story, you're currently working on your first page here, and wow, it's going quite fast and beautiful. Like this was just orange pencil a minute ago.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
and
that was orange before my laptop flatlined.
Yeah, it looked like this. It looked like
It's-
just
yeah.
this before. Yeah.
And last week, or not last week, when did we last stream? What was the day? We did
Last
something.
week.
Was it last
sometime.
week? I feel like it
At
was
some point, we did a stream
recently.
recently. Might have been Sunday. I don't even remember.
It was Tuesday. It was
Tu-
last Tuesday.
Wow, so a
Wow.
week ago. Okay.
That's a week ago.
About a week ago. So last week you had talked a little bit about what your sort of plan was going into this, and adding like the sort of ethereal blues and the like ghosty kind of like spiritual stuff. And already, as I'm looking at it, it is correlating fantastically. Like your vision feels like it's really coming to life here. As you're going into it and actually putting the colors in, do you feel like it's coming together how you want it, or are you having to adapt in some ways?
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with this, and the nice part about this is I am keeping it very loose and very light because I am working off of my penciled page, not my inked page. So I get to really be as experimental with my colors as I want to be, because I'm not coloring in the lines. And I think what's nice about that is kind of working this in a weird mismatch for how I usually do. It can kind of inform how I'm then going to go forward with my inks, and if I want to be more detailed with them, or knowing that I want to lean into more of these really big block colors, if maybe I'll go a little bit simpler. So yeah, it's kind of a fun way. I do not think that color is one of my strong suits. So having the time to kind of play with it and really think on it is a nice, I don't know, it's a nice change up for me.
Yeah.
And I was very happy. If anybody watched the last stream, or if you go back and watch the VOD, I was unexpectedly able to pull together the cover for mine, which I can show.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Not that one. Maybe I can. I don't know. Depends on where I
And
put it.
I have what you had sent last time
There you
when you needed it. Yeah.
So
Look
we
at
kinda-
that.
So super, super excited. So having found that makes it that much easier then to inform how I want to go forward with the interior pages. So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Swan, always being cool.
Ah,
It's all gone. Where did it go?
it's all gone.
Layers. So Joey, I would ask you the same question.
Mhm.
But
Go ahead. I dare you. I dare you.
It is our story. But I think rather I'm going to switch up the question just a little bit. So how are you approaching this comic in particular for your style? Because you obviously do a lot of the art already for our campaign. You designed each of the current characters. You designed the NPCs. You've done tons of art for this campaign. just in general. And all of it has stayed to that like sort of style that you started with the model sheets. Going into the comic and doing your pages, are you trying to stick to that same thing, or because this is a sort of, you know, new project and avenue for us, are you looking to change that up some?
I think the big thing that I'm trying to do is stay a little bit more loose. Like a lot of the characters and stuff I know might show up again later, so I'm trying to focus in on those characters so that there's a baseline for them if I need to go back and revisit them at a later date. And as far as Rara, it's like I'm having to take her through different stages of her life. So I have to deal with, you know, aging her up and down throughout this story, which I haven't done really outside of this other than a couple of quick sketches. But that's the big thing, is like focusing in on the cast around her, basically, because I know at some point they're going to come back up and I'm going to need that information to like go back to.
Yeah, okay.
So I want to sort of like establish their look in this. I think that's a big thing for me.
Okay. So it's less about the what you've been doing, but more about the outside of like, this is a chance to bring in the unknown, the future work.
Yeah. It's establishing a baseline for, you know, stuff going forward.
Yeah.
Helping out future Joey.
Past Joey helping future Joey, you know, really giving that guy a dab up. Well, Joey, as a player, how do you feel about your nightmares and flashbacks being brought to life in comic form?
Exciting. That's the whole reason I pitched the project. I think I mentioned that on our last stream, actually, that this is just a huge vanity project for me because I wanted to do this, you know, this rah-rah story. I needed the motivation to do it. So,
hey man, accountability, friends. It's a good thing. It's that good shit.
Accountability, friends.
For real though, I think as creative people and comic artists and all of this stuff, like there are a million projects and there's so much time that you want to spend on all of these things and you can't. And especially if you're working on art as a job, as your main job, or if you're going to Comic-Cons or any of this stuff. So sometimes there needs to be that additional level to it that bumps it up in priority. And I know for me, I can't speak for Joey, but for me, I'm very much someone who needs a deadline because left to my own devices, the ADHD just ADHD's way too hard. And I have 10 half finished projects and nothing to show at Comic-Con for it. So
I just actually finished like a bunch of art that I had been sitting on for prints. So that I can come, you know, a whole new print wall will come out this fall.
We were getting stuff ready for Fairfax, and you know, for the last 2 months, it's been like, oh, you know, I'm working on these 3. And then it became, oh, I was working on these 4. And I was like, oh, okay, nice. We're going to have a couple new prints and blah, blah. And then like 1 week ago, he goes, all right, Hunter, this is what I'm thinking of getting printed. Or this is what I'm thinking of getting printed. And it's like 12 new prints. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did these come from? You didn't even talk about these. And then all of a sudden he goes, oh, yeah, and I just came up with this one yesterday. And it was done. And it's like, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, but you got pages you need to do?
Sometimes the art brain says, yeah, I'll work with you. And you have to go with it.
Did you guys ever listen to Lil Dicky and Brain?
Yeah.
That's how I imagine Joey with his artist brain. You shook your head no, Swan. So do you know who Lil Dicky is? The rapper? No? Okay.
So you know what? Safe assumption. Swan has consumed no media. Just if you go into it with that, you're never going to be disappointed in me.
Nice. I mean, I'm not disappointed in you. I could never be disappointed in you.
I don't believe that's true, but thank you.
So he's a rapper, whatever, and for one of his albums, he did like every single song as two people. So he did himself and then rapped as if he were his brain and like the two of them
Ooh.
talking to each other. But on the album cover, there's a little animated brain guy who's supposed to be his brain. So that's how I imagine Joey talks to his artist brain, is it looks a lot like that.
Yeah, that's remarkably accurate.
Mm.
Well, there was spoilers, as Hunter mentioned. I was on a chat previously, which is the group that once a month we do Art Corner, but it's also a bunch of the podcasts and streams that I'm a part of. So a lot of TTRPG, a lot of fellow nerd friends, and also all the people who are going to Dragon Con in a couple of weeks, which is very exciting. We have been putting together a project to make kind of an umbrella network for all of our different projects and ways that you can find us and listen to our different shows and find all our content. I have wanted to finish the logo for that since last November.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, I did get a full-time job in that time and then have a few other things come up. So not great, but not the worst. But then because we were pushing closer to it for this year's Dragon Con, like actually just sat down with one of the people and was like, no, I want this done. I want to have a finished thing. And now we're going to have 2-sided flyers and stickers and t-shirts that all have our logo and all our shows on them. And they're going to be ready to wear at Dragon Con, which is super cool.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Very cool.
it's very cool. No, I'm so excited. And it's one of those where I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And it fought me for a bunch of the time getting there. So there's like such a good feeling in now having it. So.
I've been having such an issue with backgrounds on prints lately. Like, I'll draw the characters in, I'll get them all colored, and then I'll just stare at it. And I'll be like, maybe I should just leave it white. It would be cheaper to print.
Yeah. Hey, kudos on you for doing backgrounds at all. Honestly, I swear that's part of the reason I moved to doing stickers, because I'm like, fuck backgrounds. I hate doing backgrounds. I just want to draw cute characters and be done. It's fine. It's fine.
Here, let's ask another question to David over here, huh?
Yeah.
So David, as you know, this comic is based off of the flashbacks you had when you were creating Obi. What part or detail of that flashback and the scenes going on are you excited for fans to see?
Honestly, I'm excited for the explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I think that's either the second flashback or the first flashback.
I thought it was the second.
Isn't there an explosion in every flashback?
That was my brother.
Not an explosion in every single one. Because I remember the last one is specifically when the boat sail falls on top of Sparkplug, but he pushes you out of the way. That I remember. But yeah, essentially the one that sort of has started your whole character is the workshop explosion. So that'll be fun for sure.
Yeah, that'll be really, really cool to see. So also now that Grizzle has been introduced, like
he better show up, Hunter. He better show up. You have sent that note to Jeff.
Oh boy.
Some random flashback scenes with like Fizzy and Grizzle or the entire Fizzbang family of the job of our Floss Four brothers with this pigeon.
Yeah, I will message Jeff to make sure that he remembers that tidbit. Because I don't think it's anywhere.
It did not show up at that time when we did the initial
but we will.
writing.
But he's a good background Easter.
Instrumental in Fizzy's backstory now.
Yes, you are correct. Because we just recently met him while we were doing Fizzy's arc. Loyalty mission, I call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loyalty mission, I call it. It's great.
Oh.
Hey. Sometimes. Anyway. So sometimes I get lost in the sauce because I'm so excited.
That's okay. I will say I'm extra super excited as you're talking about explosions because Jeff draws fire and explosions so freaking well.
Mhm.
Like, it's gonna be so good.
I don't think you ever told me that, Hunter. So now I'm really excited.
I mean, you've seen the man's animated intro. It's our intro.
yeah,
got
no,
fire
you're
in it.
right. That's true.
Gotta use them eyeballs, I mean, So, that's okay, Songheart. Thank you for being here. Make sure to, jump on the Kickstarter, hit the notify me, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you another time. All right, let's see here, artists. Let's go to, I like this question. And then I will bring up what Jeff answered. So first, Swan. Which part of your character's nightmare or memory excites you the most?
That was a good one.
That is a good one. That is a really good one.
Joey, you're next, so be ready.
I'm ready. I've already answered, but
Shit. Why don't you go to him first?
Did I? Oh, right, because we're talking about something else. But
No. I think there's a really fun 2-page moment where you are moving from deep frustration and despair and anger to a level of calm resolve. And I'm very excited for those two, kind of the drastic difference between those 2 pages and the raw emotion that you're seeing in the one and the amount of detail and stress I get to put into the one, and then kind of the calm peace that happens in the next one. Like I really enjoy, like, drawing characters emoting is some of my favorite shit to do. So there's a ton of times where you, the audience, are being told how to feel by how Moss is interacting and what she's seeing and doing. And so those 2 moments, like one right after the other, like I think it builds up really nicely to that moment, and then the payoff feels really good. So I'm super excited about it. Hopefully I nail it.
I'm sure you'll do that.
these are definitely the scenes that will fight us the most. That's why I was not excited about drawing this one, but I'm forcing myself to do it on stream.
Hey, good on you.
Now we have to do it in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, Joey, same question to you. You did technically say this was going to be your favorite page of them all, but do you want to expand a little more on things?
Again, I think it's similar to Swan. We have a similar approach to the way that we handle like gesture and emotion, I think, in emotive expressions. Strange that it came out of the AI animation department. But yeah, it's because there's so many different things going on. I also have, this was a page I had a lot of. So let me zoom out and show some of the design elements that I have in mind for this page so far, because I had a pretty clear vision of it in my head when I started plotting things out. So take everything off here. So the middle panel is going to be rah and the 2. What do you call an extra that gets extra time, like FaceTime? They're the 2 main bullies that I want to showcase.
The antagonists?
Well, no, that would just be the general term for the enemy in the scene.
Named NPCs.
Close enough, yeah. They're but that's going to be the central image, which is what I'm sketching right now in the blue. Which is, I had this very like sort of camera looking down, like really making her feel like look down on and small. And then around her, I want to have other panels. And that's what these white panels are starting to be, of other kids' faces as they jeer and mock. And then behind everything,
Oh, good old
I want to
Joker, ha, ha, ha.
do this sort of a thing behind it.
That's so many ha-has.
The sound of cruel laughter fills your ears is a line that I'm looking at directly from this
Document.
This document.
Yes, that did happen.
So that's like the heart of the page. And then this bottom corner is where she finally is going to break off into her run as she runs away from the bullies, has her little panic attack moment. And we're going to cut back to present day from that here in the bottom right-hand corner. And we're going to start in the upper left-hand corner in present day in another scene where she's fighting through the injuries from the previous battle, which is triggering these memories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice.
But a lot of dynamic movement on this page, and then a lot of emotive stuff that I'm getting to play with. So very excited for this one, and I just love that sort of those Stephen King-esque bullies. Like, again, I feel like it's sort of something that's become lost on the genre. So,
and you can just forever hear David's voice in the background whenever you.
Oh yeah, that was another thing, is David killed his, because you had the other players read lines in these flashbacks, and David just knocked his out of the park. Like he hit that nostalgia vibe perfectly for me. So
That's awesome.
It's like, that was exactly how I heard it in my head.
So I asked Jeff the same question. I said, which part of your character's nightmare memory excites you most? And his answer was
explosions.
Jeff says explosions. No, I'm just kidding. He said, I'm pretty excited to draw these amazing characters' transition scenes. I've been thinking of ways to meld the current day to the flashbacks, and hopefully I can pull off some fun things. Is what Jeff says, and it's nice that question comes off of what Joey was just saying, because his is also flashback scenes. So Joey is also doing that sort of transition where it's going to go from being a child to being older, rah, and then back and such. And Jeff says his thing he's most excited about is finding the best way to meld those into the story, which I think's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be cool to see.
Do all the stories contain current and flashback?
So, how Fizzies and Rah-Rahs were written they're in present day and they're seeing a flashback. They go back to present day, then they saw a flashback, then they went to present day, then they saw a third flashback. That was how Fizzies and Rah-Rahs were made, because they were during times where they were doing an activity that forced them to confront their past. Whereas Moss's and Kate's were both dreams that they had that night after the fight with Creed the Ironclad. So those two have more of the sort of like dreamy, wispy sort of sensations, right? More of the like imagery and metaphors and all that kinds of stuff. Where Fizzies and Rah-Rahs are more of the immediate like historical actions,
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. So I'm trying to figure out who I want to ask next and what sort of question. Let's do one of the fun ones I have. If Coralthea had in-universe merch, what would each of the characters' merches be?
Fizzies. Actually, I'll show you.
Wait a minute, what? What are they saying?
This is what Fizzy would make. Poppers.
Oh my gosh. Fizz bangs poppers.
Yeah.
Fizz bangs bangs. Oh, oh, fizz bangs bangers. Oh,
Woo! Hype train rolling.
oh, Joey, what would Rah-Rah's in-game?
What wouldn't
Or
it be? She'd probably have a whole
jeez.
merch team.
She would absolutely have an entire merch team that follows her around. Rah-Rah would have tried to sold merch to the reptilians.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't doubt it. She would have oh my gosh, Cleo and Cleo be doing all of your merch designs.
If I wanted to pick one though, just to build hype for it for a potential later release, plushies.
Oh.
Ra would have plushies. Nice, yeah. Swan, what do you think Moss's merch would be?
I think she would have various kibbles and treats. And I think she would have some of the like the little cat toys that you can get that have catnip in them. And stress balls.
Stress balls would be, yeah, I could see that one for sure. I love that. Now, what do we think Kate's merch would be? My first dagger.
He'd have his own. He'd have his own scent for Squatch soap.
Sure. He's got a Squatch soap scent. What would the scent be? Kate's cloak.
Daggers in the night.
Ooh.
Oh man, it's just charcoal. It
it's
just smells like charcoal.
But it's got one of those really like artsy Calvin Klein ads.
Yeah. Have you ever stalked your enemy in the night? Have you ever wanted to be Indiana Jones and Batman at the same time? Get this smell today. Oh man. All right, let's go to another artist question here. We'll start with Joey. Joey, what is the vibe you're trying to capture in your pages?
This is going to be the same answer for all of us. I feel like maybe not Fizzies. Moody. I haven't decided honestly how I want this to end yet. If I want it to have a hopeful ending or a sad ending, because I have one made for both. Because it depends on where I stop the sequence. If I stop it while she's still flashing back, then it's a bad ending. If I stop it just after the flashback, it's a good ending. So could go either way. And I guess it depends how dark I feel it's getting throughout and whether I want to keep that theme.
Okay. Swan?
Moody, absolutely. But also honestly, the easiest way to say it is Princess Mononoke.
Oh.
Where it's heartbreaking and violent, but also oddly hopeful.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I'd say that fits.
Yeah, I can see it for sure. Everyone's answer will start with Moody and then
Moody and
Jeff's answer to what's the vibe they're trying to capture is, I feel that I can make even serious or dramatic scenes in a cartoony style. Getting that juxtaposition is fun for me. I've learned to embrace it, is what Jeff says. He did not have the word moody at all.
Shit.
Damn.
We should just talk to him beforehand.
Yeah, you guys should send out memos to each other. Here's a question for David. I'll throw out there. While it was happening, when we had this scene with you, David, what kind of vibe did you get? What were you feeling, both as David and as Fizzy?
As David, it was pretty intense, and also the fact that I kept rolling moderately like shit didn't help.
That's a mood right there.
That is a mood. But then also, like, as Fizzy, not knowing what David's doing, like, it made that scene more intense because Fizzy really, really wanted this thing to work to help protect his friends. And, like, if it didn't work, I don't know what Fizzy would have done. Like, if I had failed all those roles and like Fizzy or Obi didn't come to life, like I Fizzy might have had a breakdown.
Dang. Imagine the conversations you would have had with your family when you met them if that had happened.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to work at the store.
I'm a failure. But no, you got to go home and tell everybody how awesome you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, so let's go and move on down to these other questions really quick. Some fun ones for the artist. Actually, no, screw fun.
Screw fun.
Wow.
We don't like fun, not yet at least. What has been the most challenging part of drawing for this project?
Starting.
Holy shit.
Yup.
That's it.
Sorry.
True.
You said no. You said
True.
no more fun. So, no, like, yes, I'm being an asshole and trying to be funny, but also legitimately, I held off on. Life happened, and I held off on reading the script because I am very much in the. When I read it through the first time, I want to be able to ideate right then. So I didn't read it because I didn't want to start making up stuff without having the time and place to actually draw it out and actually really lean into it. But unfortunately, that means that, you know, I didn't get rolling on it as soon as I wanted. Because since I started, you know, it's been consistently penciling pages, or, you know, I was doing thumbnails and then working on the cover last week, and then all of the pages but the last one all are at least mostly penciled. So the next jump for me is moving to ink. So it's moving very quickly now, but it was that initial, like, I'm very excited about it, which means I care about it, which means now it matters what art I make, and therefore I can do nothing.
You named it, so now you can't get rid of it.
Correct.
Oh, that's awesome. I love when Swan gets excited about something. She's always so passionate.
That's fun. I didn't realize how much I had missed hand drawing comics. The joy in planning out pages, and then once I had started moving them to the actual Bristol boards, like, I was like, oh my gosh, I have missed this so much, and the problem solving that comes with it. And, you know, you saw my very rough thumbnails last week. Even with them not looking like much, there's a lot of planning and a lot of thought that goes into them. But once you get to the actual page, like, there were a couple of times where I'm like, oh no, I think I can make this better, and I think it can hit harder with these changes. And that is my favorite kind of problem solving.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, you should have asked Joey. Like, so we had done the stream with you where you showed us the thumbnails and we did the cover and all that stuff. And then yesterday, that was when you posted the pages, right?
Sure.
Was it yesterday, or was it, what day did we, yeah, it was yesterday. Joey and I had just met up to go get some stuff for this weekend. And we were about to walk into the gas station, and I heard my phone go, ba-doop, ba-doop. And I was like, oh, I got a message in here. And Joey's like, what is it? And I just went, oh my God. He's like, what? I said, Swan just dropped 6 pages. She's done
she did her shit.
I'm like, this girl went crazy.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I literally like
Yay.
we sat there in the car and just like stared for a while at like the different pages and sort of comparing like, oh, like her thumbnails looked like this. This is what this like. It's just so good because we only pick the best for projects first of all. Okay? So good. Well, Joey, now to you. Do you remember the question?
What's hard?
What's been the most challenging part so far?
Well, I had a vague idea of things I want to do, and because I'm a psychopath, things change. Plans change. For example, you'll notice that the canvas is now double sized.
I do see that you just went bigger.
Because I needed an extra page to do this right.
He's adding another page.
Let's go.
Which means I have to add another page.
Hello, Raiders.
At some point.
Oh no! Is Joey gonna go over the 8 pages?
Right now, this will push me from 6 to 8. So we haven't got there yet. No, I mean the hardest thing is I'm always my own worst critic. So that's one of the hardest things for me on any art project that I'm working on is I will bog myself down and I won't take the step to kill my darling sometimes. And give up on something, and I'll work it and I'll work it and I'll work it to death, and it just makes me hate it more. When really what I need to do is do like a different approach to the thing, but I'm unwilling to let go of like what I've started. And with something that's, there's a deadline, there's, 6 to 8 pages to do. It's got to stay consistent throughout. Every time I'm like, wouldn't this be sick if the camera was like on the ground or in the air on a crane, or if I decided to build a wall of text, but I'm going to have to basically hand letter the entire thing and do it one letter at a time because no typeface is ever going to work for what I want. Those decisions, I think, are what makes a project the most difficult for me.
I love it when it happens to you because then I get more stuff out of you. So I love when Joey's like, I don't know, Hunter. And I'm like, what? He goes, I have to do more. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay. I mean, if you really feel like it.
Don't do more of the thing I like.
Whatever's best, I guess. So the answer from Jeff, because again, I asked him all the same questions. He says, I asked, what's been the most challenging part so far, Jeff? And he says, time. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, Hunter, I feel like you got such honest answers out of everybody.
Getting the time to sit down and get a chunk done is honestly my biggest challenge. All with exclamation points, by the way. I didn't want to yell. But that was Jeff's. And it's funny that you all have said the same thing essentially, right? With time or getting started, whatever it is. And like, because we all got together like 2 months ago or 3 months ago and like got a meeting together, and
it was a while,
and got some things going. And of course, our beautiful summer child, Joe Holly, just jumped on the racetrack and ran like everyone else is getting their cars filled up. And he's like, I don't need a car. I'm just going to run. And
where I'm going, I don't need wheels.
and that boy, we said, this is the project. He says, dude, I'm in. And we're like, oh, awesome. He says, so am I allowed to get started tonight? And we were like, of course. He goes, okay, cool. I'll start something tonight. Not but the next day has 8 thumbnails almost looking like full drawn pages, and he goes, so I got this done yesterday. It's like,
Yeah.
excuse me. So that guy is running. He's going full force, full hog, one might say. But then you were like the rest of you, a little slow to start, but because we knew how amazing all of you were, it didn't matter that you had a slow start as long as it gets done. Because when you guys did something and put it in the chat, it was like, oh my gosh, like it's insanely beautiful. It's so good and it's coming together so well, and we're so excited. So it doesn't matter that it might take a little bit to start because we know the final product. The ends justifies the means. I almost said the justifies means the end.
Yep. I think you said it perfectly.
Yes.
With absolutely no errors.
Yep.
Oh yeah, not a
Got it
single
in
error.
one.
So yeah. So that was to that answer. So let me go ahead and get you guys another question here, and I think this one will be fun.
I'm sorry.
Go
Hunter,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Can I give a part to an addendum to my previous answer?
Oh.
Too? I think a part of it too in the, yes, getting it started was a challenge, but because I was so excited about this, I also didn't want to run into the thing that often happens when I'm trying to juggle too many things. And I'll get it done, but it'll get pushed to the end and I won't be able to give it the time and energy and space. So I'll thumbnail the pages, then immediately start penciling, then immediately start inking. And it moves so fast that there's not that time to kind of think and rework stuff to make it better. And so often I look back at some of my projects and I was like, oh, if I had just given myself more time, I could have done more stuff. So there was a fear of mine where I'm just like, oh my gosh, things are starting to pile up and I had this all planned out and it's not happening on the timeline that I thought it was going to happen on. What am I going to do? So the fact that it is starting to move the way it is and I'm getting to have a little bit more of that time has been really nice.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Always so wholesome. Every word that comes out of Swan's mouth. It's the huge juxtaposition between Joey and Swan is insane. Swan, I love everything, and I wish everyone was just so nice. And Joey's like, so the world's awful. Chug, chug, chug. I'm a psychopath.
We are very much that scene from Mean Girls where I'm up on the stage holding my cue card and crying. And I just have so many feelings that I want everybody to ride on unicorns and have rainbows. And he's in the back with his hoodie. He's like, she doesn't even go here.
That's so good. Oh my gosh. All right, here's gonna be a hard question. Real hard question.
Goody.
It's for Swan and Joey here. If you could have drawn any other character's nightmare, whose would it be?
Not Kate's.
A lot of armor, a lot of characters, a lot of action.
There definitely is a lot of action in Case, for sure.
Definitely, probably agree with that.
Okay, so
I think
Hunter,
I would switch. I think we would flip flop.
Exact. I was like, I feel like you should be able to guess which character Swan would like to draw. Because it's rah-rah. I've already gotten to draw rah-rah, and it's very fun. And I love a fun girl character, always and forever.
Nice. Okay. So, are you guys ready for Jeff's answer?
Yeah.
If you could draw any other character's nightmare, whose would it be? First, he says, I was really hoping to get Fizzy. So I was very excited and happy about that.
Yeah, I think Fizzy fits his style really well.
Yeah. He says, but I wouldn't have minded getting a crack at
Kate.
Rah or Moss.
Oh!
Wow, no love for Kate.
Dude, Holly really was the best person for Kate, and potentially the only person.
Hey, he's knocked it out of the park.
He did, though. Oh my god!
Are great.
Holly might single-handedly give Kate fans. Like
I was
that.
gonna say,
like
he's gonna reinvigorate the Kaith fandom.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be so people are gonna be like, oh man, I really hated that guy. But then they came out with his origin story, and I'm just in love with him now. I really get him as a character. Oh man.
That's really funny.
Yeah, he sent it and I was like not even a single word in here that starts with a K.
Which is also so funny because it's literally, I have genuinely nothing against Carter or his character.
Mhm.
And it was, it started as this very funny, like, this is just how things have worked out.
And it just continues. But however, it finally will no longer be the case after this.
It's true.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible.
All right, so now here is a fun one for everybody. And we can start with you, David. Which NPC deserves their own spin-off comic?
Oh.
I got it.
Sir Scuttlebutt.
Oh, the octopus!
The Adventures of Sir Scuttlebutt.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine his spin-off would just be like a really lore-heavy comic that you just watch him sort of like travel through time and see a bunch of like epic things that happened in history until finally like the last 2 pages are him meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Pretty coul. I don't hate that. I'm into it. Let's get it going, Joey.
Yeah.
We gotta find another artist.
Sir Scuttlebutt. Who's good at drawing octopus?
Oh man, Swan. Who do you believe? Which NPC deserves a spinoff?
I want the heartbreak, the longing, the wistful looks from over top of her glasses in the library. I want Lydia.
Yeah.
I want Lydia pining for her love that is unrequited.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like oh man, it's just her. Like you get scenes of her just like watching him go past, and it's a very like love story thing. And then it's like her, like you see like a bubble come out of her head, and it's like the daydreaming of her and Mithros together, and like oh man,
you got those like the Beauty and the Beast scenes where they're like reading together by the fire, and all of this, and like this beautiful elaborate world that she's created in her head, and then these couple of moments in the comic where you get it where they actually interact, and he's completely polite but could not be more like dismissive and just gone, and just that little heartbreak as like he walks away and she's just left there like holding this custom bookmark that she's made for him, and like this book, that this first edition that means the most to her, that has all of her like says all the words that she can't say that she just wants him to read. I want to make him hurt, Hunter. I want to make him hurt.
Oh my god, we need an NPC spin-off. If this Kickstarter goes well, that's the next one. NPC spin-off. You know how to make them hurt even more on that one, Swan?
Oh god.
Now this isn't. Now what I'm about to say isn't necessarily canon, but what surrounds it is canon. So after Rara had seen the little pining for Mithros that Lydia had, Rara stops Mithros outside of the library. Now, this conversation I'm about to say actually happened, where Rara says, essentially asks Mithros if he likes Lydia. And Mithros is like, I mean, Lydia's a great person. Why? And he's like, no, Rara's like, no, do you like Lydia? And Mithros is like, huh? And then goes, oh, no, I don't really see her like that because, I'll only ever have one love in my life and she's gone now. So I will forever be loyal to her. That's essentially the conversation that happens. But what isn't canon is what if Lydia was near the door about to give him the bookmark as he was leaving and then heard that conversation? Oh,
my god.
Oh, the hurt.
Yeah. Joey, which NPC deserves their own spin-off comic?
I think Mithras would be really fun. There's a lot of history there. That could be
Yeah.
like more than just one book. Honestly, it could be a mini series. If
The
you wanted
Adventures
it.
of Mithras.
Oh, yeah.
Or
I
at
completely
least
agree with you on that.
up to the point where like maybe we find out in this comic miniseries what happened.
Yeah.
Where his lost love went and his son, child.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. He lost his wife and child.
Loin fruit.
Or the other one I would say is what happened to Dagon, and then
Ooh.
we catch
Yeah, I
the
was
tail.
thinking
The
that
tail
too.
end is the scene that played out with us. So it
Ooh.
starts with the battle scene, right, where it's just us in the woods fighting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then as we're fighting them, we flash back to like each zombie in their life before.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like it's like here comes the swinging of an axe, and then you flash back and it's actually them like casting a fishing line or like chopping up vegetables or something, or like about to throw a rock but putting down logs, like those type of things that just flash.
That would be cool.
We get up,
Oh.
we go all the way up through to how they wound up where they are. And then it cuts forward and it ends with the scene with Dagon coming out from behind the tree.
And he says, "You killed my family."
Prepared
Yeah.
to die.
What
You
if
killed my family.
What if with each family member, like we don't like it doesn't start out fully explaining what happens. It starts out super vague, but then it gets like more and more like detailed as they go through the family. Like as we go through the family when we kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what would be even another layer to this freaking onion is you show like Moss fighting, Rah fighting, Fizzy fighting, and the last one fighting is Kate in his armor.
Mm-hmm.
But then instead of a flash being of them, that's when you're looking at Kate and it flashes to the village and Runesbach soldiers attacking the village.
Yeah.
In the same exact armor. And maybe even someone who almost looks like Kate.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Miniseries hype train.
You heard it, guys. This
Oh.
could be the future if the Kickstarter is successful.
Yeah. What NPC do I think deserves a spin-off comic?
Ooh.
I want to ask you, Hunter.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking myself.
Oh,
No,
I
but
see.
I like it because they're all yours. And it would be a unique time to give the backstory that you had so beautifully and thoughtfully created for the interaction that the PCs might have that they violently chose not to have with that NPC.
Mm-hmm. So I have two in mind. One of them is like, one of them's really big, but kind of cuts really deep. So it's not really anything from, I mean, it is from Waking Fates, but not from Waking Fates. It exists in the world, but hasn't really come up yet in Waking Fates. And then the other one would probably be, I really like just the city of Tapas. And I would love a sort of before NPCs' lives. So essentially we have Marin, who's the barkeep of the Sailor's Rest. He's very young. The reason why he's the owner of it now is because his father is gone. And I would love to sort of have something where it shows this like older guy and then a younger Marin. And like him being in the bar and like meeting all of the like different adventurers and sailors that come in and seeing all these people who sort of like seem to be larger than life, and his father just always extending a hand to people no matter what, whether they were drunk, whether they were a little mean. He always found a way to sort of turn turn their emotions towards being a good, like just good people and vibes and helping them. And then the event, which no one really knows yet, and so I'm not really going to say it, but the event in which things happen and Marin takes over the bar, and then it's sort of ending with you four Chucklehex walking in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be really fun.
Is that the same event that involves Mithros's family?
What a question, and a good reach, but no.
Okay.
Great question, good reach. The answer is no. Yeah. So I would love that. Now the second one I had is, like I said, a much more deeper cut, but a comic that shows probably thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago.
The boss.
My
And
boy.
None of you probably really know who that is, except for obviously the people who have been playing in Coralthea for a very long time, but it hasn't come up in Waking Fates yet at all. And it may or may not. But that is a pretty big portion, big part of Coralthea is that person. So it'd almost be fun to do a comic about this random person that like nobody really knows, but you watch as this person connects so much. And it's like one of those comics where you get to the end of the last pages and you go, oh, you know what I mean? Like that would be, and then people are like,
the top.
yeah, and then people are like, who is this? So that would be my picks. Yeah, that's how I would feel. So here's another question for everybody. Okay, I feel it's an important one, and I feel it's a deep one. This project we are working on, it's got a lot to it. It's got a lot of work that's being put into it. I want to know from you guys why you feel it's important and why it matters, you think, that we're even doing it at all, or what it means to you.
Damn deep existential question.
Jesus, Hunter.
Yeah.
Holy
We're an hour.
shit.
We're over an hour in, motherfuckers.
Oh my
You've had enough
God.
drinks in you to get going.
Ask David first.
No,
Oh.
Okay, wait. This one I will take. I'll take this one first. Well, so because out of everyone on this call right now, in a sense, I am the least connected to this. I'm not a PC, I'm not an NPC, and while I have like watched and consumed parts of the story, I'm not woven into the same level. But I think it's something I said in the last stream, the care and the love that is put into this, and the way that people show up for this story that you're telling, Hunter, I think is really fun and really valuable. And I think that sometimes people who are not huge TTRPG fans like we are find it harder to get into a story like this, or maybe don't know the actual depth that is there in the storytelling that we're doing collaboratively. And through my favorite medium to create things, I want to show these incredible stories that we're telling with each other to people who might not have decided to listen or watch before this, but we are telling valuable and worthwhile stories that deserve to live on beyond the moments that you play them in the game. And I'm just happy to get to kind of bring that to life.
No, yeah, I've actually I know Hunter and I have had similar conversations about that in the past when we've talked about comics, and even doing the live stream and everything. Is we didn't want to lose the stories that we were telling. We wanted a way to keep them. And comics a good way to do that. And it's something that we can do to collaborate and share the story so that it gets out to other people. And it's an environment that we're all, sort of familiar with. And if, maybe it does connect. Maybe somebody doesn't have time to sit down and stream 100 hours of the game, but maybe this comic connects with people and inspires them, or, at least gets a portion of the story out.
Yeah. I thought he had more. I really felt like he had another sentence coming.
No, I would never.
David?
So I see. I don't know. Words are hard.
They are.
Yeah, dude.
So it's very cool to be a part of something like this with my friends, and the story means to me. That's why I'm in it. Like, I've never really been a part of something like this, and like it meant a lot to me that you wanted me to be a part of your story and to help essentially, I don't want to say like write it per se, but like flesh it out, have fun. And it made me like actually want to put work into a character, like into a backstory, and flesh him out, and how everything that he's gone through has shaped who he is now and who he wants to be, and doing it with friends. It's a lot of fun.
David, we love you.
And, you're not wrong, David. I mean, you guys we're all essentially the writers of the story.
Mm-hmm.
The amount that we each put in is different, obviously, and it changes from week to week, and how much you collaborate with Hunter and specific things like that behind the scenes. But we're all still sitting down, and it's not just Hunter writing a story and reading it to us. We're all working to tell one story.
Yeah.
So we're all essentially the writers of this story.
Not wrong. We are. It's collaborative storytelling, if you didn't know that. It really is. So I will answer the question as well, put forth by me. So I have said it 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more, because it's very passionate to me, and I'll always talk about it every time. So if you're sick of hearing it, too damn bad. Keep digging the holes.
Sometimes, Grandpa.
Art is so important. So important. And it feels like more and more at a steady rate that we are beginning to lose that. And I'm not just saying art like, Hunter, what do you mean? Movies get made all the time. Well, motherfucker, that's not what I'm talking about. Movies are fantastic, and they are great, but we're beginning to lose the artistry of the individual. And no longer do you see great pantheons built by amazing architects who don't just say, yeah, put a column there, put a wall there. They really put art into what was happening and what was going on in the real world to add to the beauty that is our lives. And that's what art does. And we're beginning to lose that more and more. And I feel it's very important that we don't, because it's what makes us us. If there were something I were to tell aliens and they were to be like, what is human? I would be like, it's each one of us are independently different. We are all so unique And one of those things that makes us unique is art. And it conveys so much feeling. It helps people understand each other so much. Does this comic do that? I don't know. I certainly hope it will, because it really touches on the emotions of people, and hopefully you relate with one of these characters about what they're going through and can see that we see you. So I feel it's very important in that way. And in a more personal reason why I feel it matters is because someday when I have kids of my own and I want to tell them about the adventures I went on with my friends, this will be a way I can do that. To show them these pages made by such amazing artists and the stories I told with them, and to not just try and tell it to them, but to show it to them, to read it to them, to have them meet these people. That's why it is important to me. Joey's making it rain ha-has over there. So yeah, very, very important. Very, very important. I don't know if anybody was in here to cry with me just now. But who knows?
That's his actual goal, is to
make people cry.
Cry. He's a bully.
I'm a bully. Well, she's just a bat.
She's not a curse. She's just bad luck.
So here is another question, and we'll get off of the emotional stuff for a moment. If the characters had to swap nightmares with another, whose would be the worst?
Ooh. Moss seems pretty hopeful, you know. You get to be in the woods a little bit.
Yeah.
It's more like self-doubting.
David's Fizzy's has explosions, so I mean,
yeah.
But he also has like a really warm moment with his dad and his brother.
I was a Case.
Yeah. Case is rough.
Case is pretty rough.
Real rough.
It's got very like real world implications in it. And it's very very intense, I feel like. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think Case. Swan, what do you think?
I mean, probably Kate's, just because it's going to be the most challenging for me.
Yeah. Just reading it, you're gonna be like, ugh, just skip the pages.
Get more?
There's another.
Oh.
Is he in every one of these? I can't stand this man.
Incredible.
David, as Fizzy, if Fizzy had the real world chance to read his comic, how do you think he would react?
Oh, he'd fucking love it. He would love it. Every bit of it. He would probably read it with his brothers, and then they would laugh at him.
Oh, that's good. Moss would be very skeptical, I have to assume. She'd be like, how do people know this about me? Did Kate connect our minds again?
Just see her like holding her head and be like, are you also seeing this?
Is this real? Oh man. Joey, as a player, how do you think, how would Ra react to seeing her come?
She's been pretty secretive about her, her past up until meeting these guys. It's not a good place for her. I don't think she would like the memories that it would dredge up. I guess it depends on how I end it, though.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll influence my decision.
Yeah. Artists, when drawing your thumbnails, during planning, was there anything when planning that you had to look at and say, man, I really want this, but I just can't make it work? Or was there anything that you were like, oh, that's easy, that's going in?
In the thumbnail stage?
Well, just the planning, like going forward and thinking about what you were going to do. Like you had to make those cuts, or you had to make sure a certain thing got in. Like what? Was there anything that wasn't a direct thing that we told you had to have that you were like, oh, I really want to put that in, but I don't think it's going to make it, or anything like that?
I think during my thumbnails, I oversimplified, as we are already seeing here with me adding an additional page.
Didn't add enough.
Yeah. I thought I could do too much until I saw it in actual scale. And then I was like, it doesn't look good. So that's, you've got to have your idea, but you have to be willing to shape it as the story needs it, I guess.
Swan?
I think there was some challenges in, I had a couple of very specific shots in mind, because as I read it, that's just exactly how that shot looked to me. And marrying that with, kind of like Joey talked about earlier, if this doesn't work in the flow of the page, am I willing to let that shot go? Or do I then try and rebuild the whole page around it and maybe not make it as good of a page because that shot is so important? So that's been kind of a thing. And I think the usual concern of, oh, I see this really cool in my head. Can I actually draw that? I probably can. There's a chance I can.
Never doubt yourself.
Yeah. That's how that works. But yeah, it's that tricky part of, yeah, would I always want to draw like the characters in the coolest pose and the favorite way to draw them? Yeah, that's the most fun. But it doesn't serve the story the best. So am I willing to make the sacrifices for the cool pose that I want to draw because this other shot tells a better story?
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Huh.
I feel like you've gotten such like crazy insight to my comic making process through all of this, Hunter.
Next time I'll know, and I'll just be like, blank. Insert comment here. Oh man. Here's a fun thing to do. Swan, do you have any questions for David? Ooh. I know it's not May, but because you're drawing.
But maybe you can get insight on Moss from Fizzy.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you just meant about like David himself. I was like, well, I was curious about like what's his star sign.
That's horoscope, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Aquarius.
Hey,
Oh.
excellent. Excellent. We love it.
Aquarius Bros. We swim.
Hunter, are you an
We swim
Aquarius as
together.
well?
Yeah.
Aw. Joey, what are you?
Libra.
Cancer. Oh, you're Libra.
Mhm.
No, I'm Cancer.
Ah, yes, you are.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
oh, I am. I got it twice in that chart, baby. It's what you said. The all emotion sign. It's fine. So I will fully admit I don't know a ton about your TTRPG like backstory. Have you been playing roleplay for a while, or is this one that you're newer to?
Yeah, so I've been playing since high school, so we're just gonna say 19 years. Started with Pathfinder, 1E. I have also since played, a D&D with THACO,
Oh,
3.5, which I love D&D 3.5.
yeah, 3.5 is really good.
I have done a couple games that use the White Wolf system. I miss Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah, dude. World of
And
Darkness.
I'm actually
I-
playing in my first World of Darkness game for about 6 months now because I was brand new to that system, which boy is it different. And
yeah,
my tendency to not read the rule books and do shit did not serve me well in that world.
yeah.
But
And
we're here now.
hang on, I gotta grab a book. I'll be right back. I don't remember what it's called.
I like it. I like the commitment to giving me an honest answer.
He's a pretty honest guy. Once he returns.
Wow, look at this painterly moss that's coming together.
I
Well,
also
Yeah,
I finally
really,
figured out how to
really,
do the shadows.
really love
Yeah.
Heroes Unlimited.
Ooh.
Oh, I looked at that like 100 times and never pulled the trigger.
Oh, it is so much fun.
It works on D10s, right?
Yeah, I think that's
That's splats. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's the splat system because that's what we're running. I will admit because I'm also playing in an Avatar game, which is D6s. So
Last
it's
Airbender or Blue
yeah,
People?
Last Airbender.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, it's so fun. I'm having such a so the way we're doing it is there's a group of us and each like book a different one of us is leading as the avatar and then everybody else is playing the kind of the support characters around the avatar. So we get to it's super fun. So I will admit like that reskinning of a similar system has made a lot more sense to me, but now having done that, going back to NWAD makes a lot more sense. So we're getting there. I'm slow, but I can be taught.
Very cool.
I
What's
also really want to.
Heroes? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No. I was gonna say I also really want to play Call of Cthulhu.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
Joey and I played 2 sessions of that, if I remember.
Yeah.
Ran by owner of Hobby Game Hangout, Jesse.
Yep.
Aw. Nice. Shout out
remember
Hobby Game
that.
Hangout.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that system. It was very a lot of stuff to do with your mind and having to worry about that a lot.
Don't go
Yeah.
crazy from the eldritch beasts.
Yeah,
Right.
the unspeakable horror, the indescribable horrors.
Or what
That
if?
just have they're big and flabby and have lots of eyes and tentacles.
Yes.
That's all
If I had to
good.
give them a description.
So given that all of that history and all the different systems, what is it like to play in this campaign with Hunter as the GM and this kind of storytelling?
Yes, David.
So,
How is it to play?
I'm sorry, I can't wait. Hang on, let me just pull him out. Okay, no, it's just
it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I really since I wasn't part of the first Coralthea game, it's kind of fun to see how I help shape the world after it and hear stories of what happened.
that's very cool. I like that.
And
Oh.
apparently Carter made the fucking
Yeah.
So memorable.
no, I'm trying to think of our world name for it.
The Reverie.
The Reverie.
Yes.
Yep. The UN.
Thank you. Oh my god, I couldn't remember the United Nations.
Who does, you know?
Wow. Hey, don't bring your reality into my fun little live play game. Hey. That is the funny part about NY. The setting that we're in is in Detroit, and there are times where it is reminiscent of the current world, and I was like, no, get your real world out of my fantasy art role playing. Stop it. I don't want any of this.
So, you know what I think would be fun?
Hi.
To stroke my ego more. Swan, you had said some really nice stuff about my hi kitty, my storytelling and DMing style last time. Without saying any of it, because David didn't hear any of it. Try and ask him some questions to see if he has the same outlook as you about.
Ooh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So something that you had said, David, was that given the way that this campaign was being approached, it encouraged you to spend more time on the backstory and developing the character. Do you find that's because of the attention that's paid to all aspects of the world, or is it just the difference in the type of players that you're playing with, or what kind of motivated that?
So I was it's because of the story. Like I knew that Starfinder was an adventure path, so I put some thought into Shaylin, but I didn't really come up with too much of a backstory. I just kind of let Hunter fill in the blanks since he awoke with no memories. Whereas this one, it's Hunter's making his own adventure path. So why wouldn't I put the same amount of effort into a character that he is putting into making this game?
Little information about who Shaylin is.
Yeah, context.
Before Coralthea Waking Fates, we did a Starfinder live, but we didn't put nearly as much love and care into it as we're doing for Coralthea Waking Fates. But that story was still so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. We still need to have a one-off where fucking May and I rob the Golden Vault.
Yeah, that too. For anybody who wants to learn more about it, you can watch the last session on YouTube, and that's it. 77 sessions worth of content, but you only get to watch the 77th episode. Very cool, David. I was gonna say, like, not to like force you to answer in any way, but I remember when asking you, like, because Joey and I were like thinking for a long time about like, what kind of direction we want to go, and kind of our first thought when we first thought of it was, boy, I'd love to have David. And then we thought for some time because we're like, David would never have the time. And then finally we got to a point where like, let's just ask him. And then we did, and you were like, oh, I want to play. And we were like, oh, yeah. We're like, we love this guy. We want him to play. And I remember when there was the, like, what do I do for this world, Hunter? And I was like, well, here's the lore, and you can just play with that like how you want. And then I remember Joey telling me how you two would have conversations before we started the campaign about like stuff that happened in the world, and all that kind of good stuff. So that was cool. Caring about your homework.
Hell yeah.
Anything else you have, Swan?
I'm trying to think.
Must hold cat.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. She's she has been very excited to be baby today.
Mm.
So the fact that I was able to get almost 3 hours of streaming done before she went full baby is impressive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I can hear the purring.
Little mittens.
There it is.
oh, Emily, tell your cat I said.
Oh, they love you. They love you. They do.
Oh my God, I am such a cat guy. I just want his close like the ears.
Mhm.
Oh.
So much you want to show your butthole to the internet? Let's not do that. Yeah. It's so good.
Oh man.
So good.
I kid you not. The second thing out of my mouth, the first time when I entered my girlfriend's apartment for the first time, I was like, "Oh hey babe, how are you? Where's your cat?"
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I want to see the cat.
Oh yeah,
I would like to
his
see
name
the
is
baby.
Creamsicle, and he is a 19-pound orange tabby monstrosity.
Oh my
That
goodness.
I talk with him, and he'll come up, and I'll just pet him.
It's Garfield.
It is. He's actually Garfield.
Oh, baby.
That's awesome.
I love it so much. I'm trying to think of other stuff. No, I think it in a way I think it reinforces the amount of time and energy you put into this world building and backstory building pays off. It is clear to other people who are entering the campaign as players. It is clear to other people who are coming in a more tangential way like I am. Like, your love and care for this is evident, Hunter, and that's very, very cool.
Tangential. I don't know what that means, but
Like a
Sure.
tangent. So, like,
But it's gentle.
It is related gently to the thing.
oh, tangential. Wow, you've added another word to my repertoire.
Bifurcate.
Yeah.
Bifurcate. That was added to my repertoire. Man, what were we playing that I learned bifurcate? I don't even
Something where you
remember.
cut somebody in half.
I was gonna say,
Probably
no, 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 no.
D&D.
That's the thing that Heimdall summons to bring Thor back.
Oh, the bifurcate. Yes, we take that in order to go between worlds. The bifurcate.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's kind of a fun thing because when I teach, the majority of the students that I teach are middle schoolers and high schoolers. And while you could never, ever pay me to go back to middle school because it's the fucking worst,
mhm.
there is something about creating with them that they haven't fully talked themselves out of being passionate about these ideas. And I think it's why I like working with them so much, because I like stoking that thing. And so I think it is so, so important for adults to show that same level of passion. And it can be very easy right now to not give a shit about stuff. And so, it's the thing I say to any dad who brings his daughter to my table at shows, where I was like, no, you got to do this because you really love it. You can't just do it because.
Cause, yeah.
So that willingness to be so openly passionate about something and to care so much about something, I think is really, really cool. And kind of like you said, certain parts of art are getting lost. That level of care isn't able to be accessed by a lot of people, but also isn't something that they deem worthy of time. And so it makes it that much easier to get excited to work with other people who are willing to get excited about stuff and put the time and energy into it. Hi, you're going to fall off the table if you keep doing that.
So I'd like to take a moment here, and mostly because I want it recorded so I can, take it and not have to like record it later. But I kind of want to go a little over, because we launch in T minus 25 hours. I guess technically let's account for some ES.
Hype train rolling!
let's call it 28 hours. T minus 28 hours, just to be safe on all the time clock fronts. So anyway, I want to talk about some of the rewards in a sort of passive manner here. Not go super deep, but essentially what people are going to be able to do to help back us and the rewards that they would be able to gain. So let me do this, and let me try to do it in one take.
Wait, hang on, let me make you. Nope.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's you.
Hey,
It's me. So for our Kickstarter, there's going to be a lot of ways that you're going to be able to support us, guys. And first off, what you're going to be able to do is donate as little as $1. And what that's going to get you is a thank you letter from us, which just says how awesome you are and how amazing you are to at least just support us in any way, shape, or form for the $1. And that's great. And with a thank you letter, you can always consider adding what we are allowing is called a credits page. So you get your name in the credits page. So that is always an option to be able to add on to any of our rewards tiers. Now, let's say you want to go ahead and get some of this awesomeness that we're creating, but you don't want to pay for any sort of shipping and you don't want anything physical in your hand. Well, guess what? We're going to be offering a digital version of the book as well. And again, consider adding your name in the credits page. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the real collectors. And with that, all of you are going to have the option to back at a rewards level that is going to allow you to choose which character's variant cover you want. And that's how we start off with the backing and supporting of this project. So essentially, each one of the artists, as you know, are going to make a different cover. So you're going to be able to back at whatever of those artists you want and their cover. Now, let's say you're like, oh, but man, Hunter, I can't decide between these two. No problem. We have a choose any two option where you're going to be able to choose two artists and get both of their variant covers of the book as well. Well, Hunter, I like all of them except for Kaith. Well, then what you can do is our choose any 3 anthology, which will allow you to choose any of the 3 artist variant covers. Now, let's say that you're the coolest homie in the world and you really like supporting indie artists and you love Coralthea, Waking Fates in its lore. Well, we have an option for what's called the whole party bundle, where you're going to be able to get every single artist's alternate cover and be able to have 4 books, 4 physical books. All those were physical books, by the way, if I didn't say that. Now, let's say you want even more than 4 copies, guys. Well, you have the option to add additional copies at whatever artist you want as well. Whether you want to add an additional 1 book for a friend as a gift, or you want to add 4 more books to give to a friend that way, whatever you want, that is an option in our add-on rewards tiers. And not only that with our add-ons, but we are also going to be offering the cover art prints. So let's say you love that variant cover so much that you want it as a print and to put it on your wall behind the comic to show it off because that looks so super dope. That's going to be an option as well. You can add on a print and pick which cover you want as a print. And then not only that, but you also have the option for our very special Kickstarter sticker pack. We are going to be making an exclusive Coralthea Waking Fates sticker pack for this Kickstarter project that you guys can also add on to your reward tier. The design for that will be posted as an update after the Kickstarter launches. So be on the lookout for that one. You can also add a digital copy to any one of your rewards as well, in case you also additionally want a digital copy. The other great thing that is the bigger reward options is we have an option that is called, let me go to it, anthology and sketch card. So what that means is you're going to be able to pick which artist you want their cover of, but not only that, but they are going to make a 6x4 or 4x6 sketch card commission of that character as well. So you're not only going to get the book, but you're going to get some original art by that artist as well. Now let's say you're like, oh, Hunter, I really want the anthology and sketch card, but that only gives me 1 book. How do I get the other 3? No problem, brother. You're going to be able to go ahead and do an add-on for 3 more books at the price of the whole party bundle. What? What a savings. It's insane. So no worries. You will be able to get all 4 books and a sketch card if you want. But Hunter, I want a sketch card from all of the artists. Excuse me, sir? Are you my best friend? Well, I'll tell you what. You can also add on a sketch card to your reward tier if you want, from whatever artist you want. Isn't that amazing?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
I didn't know Malfunctioning Eddie was here with all of these deals.
Now, here is the next huge one, and the best way that you can support this Kickstarter and help us gain what we need in order to fund it. And that is called the Stormbreakers Support Bundle. Hunter, what does that come with? Well, I'll tell you. You're going to get one of each of the variant cover books, one of each of the prints of those covers, a PDF copy, name on the credits page, and the sticker pack. That's almost a $200 value, and you're going to get it for way less than that. I haven't said any real numbers yet, mostly because I want it to be a surprise.
Now we don't need numbers. We don't need those stinking numbers.
But that is going to be your best value for getting everything all at once, and the best way to really push us forward on the support of this. And if you're a retailer, we also have a retail sponsor option where you can get a bunch of books to sell at your store. And then because Joe Holly is a monster, we are offering that you can get his anthology and one of his original pages. So that's exciting.
Maybe we'll have that for another artist. Oh.
We might have that for another artist if they're just as cool.
Oh no, don't set that as the bar. That's a bad idea.
But guys, that is a collection of our rewards for the Kickstarter. And if you can support in any way, shape, or form, we would love it. Whether that is to do $1, do one of the larger reward tiers, or just share it and tell people how you like it and how passionate we are and whatever, all of that stuff really helps to get this getting this Kickstarter off to help support this Kickstarter and get it fully funded. Joey,
yeah,
do you want to tell these guys some of the stretch goals we maybe have planned?
Well, yeah. Let me be big. Hold on. I've got to click a button.
Button clicked.
And my camera's sort of in focus. So yeah, we've got a few stretch goals that we're thinking about. I'm still batting ideas around, mostly based on what our printer can do, things that we realistically think we can hit with enough support. But for sure, cover foiling is one that we've talked about. Hardcovers. These are going to be a decent sized book when they're done, especially if I keep adding pages. So a nice hardcover binding for it would be nice. I have started work on a O&D D&D swimsuit calendar. If we hit a stretch, then we might make that a stretch goal. You guys get a nice little sexy pinup calendar from me. Of all the characters, boys and ladies.
I appreciate you being specific about that, since the last time I think I asked if it was a calendar of all of the players and you and Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Busy has to be washing Obi.
Like washing the car, but washing Obi
yeah.
instead. I love it. That's good. You've got my little buddy like just between your legs, like you're dropping it.
Whoa! No, that's inappropriate, but we're still going to say it. What if he has my little buddy with an arrow pointed down tattooed on his belly?
Oh man.
We had talked about Hunter putting together a Coralthea themed one-shot PDF as a stretch goal. So there's certainly a few ideas we've been bouncing around, and if we hit our goal, there'll be fun things to chase.
Oh yeah.
When we hit our goal,
Exactly.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah.
there will be fun things to chase.
Yeah. The Coralthea adventure will be fun, and that way you guys can actually, if you like Coralthea, can play a one-shot inside of our world. And it will feature many of the NPCs you have seen. I'll have Joey do
Big
all the
page.
artwork for it.
Of course.
What else do we have?
Nice.
here for?
Perfect sense. I don't know. I know those 4. I actually only had 2 in my notes, so I was really struggling to
That's okay. You don't got to name
dredge
them all,
up
'cause
the
we-
brain memory. Yeah,
those
they
are-
might surprise people.
Correct. Yeah. Swan, what's our timeline?
Oh, timeline. So, as Hunter mentioned, we are kicking off our Kickstarter this Friday, August
What?
22nd. Yes, let's go. So, as we always talk about, the first 48 hours are super, super important. That's our push. This is also shameless plug. There might be some additional incentives on those unnamed prices that we mentioned, where if you get in and bid early, you could get a little bit of an extra discount on it. But if you are not available to do it right at this point, we will be running this all the way through September 23rd. So you've got a month. And in that time, you are definitely going to see us post a lot about this because we don't want you to forget. We want it to be on your mind and remember, and to have you share it with other people and all of that. And what is super, super cool about this is because we want to have it in our physical human hands by November for Twin Tiers Comic Con. This is a thing that we'll be getting to you before Christmas. So it is one of those where we are making this no matter what. The Kickstarter helps us be able to make all of these cool extras, do extra cool stuff with it, but also get it out to you that much faster so that everybody can have it for that time, which I feel like is a pretty decent turnaround. So you've got a month, you got time, you can hit us up, and hopefully we're going to be so busy because we're so swamped with orders that we're just desperately trying to figure out all the different stretch goal things that we can come up with in that time.
Oh yeah, and all of our cool updates and things.
All our cool updates. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get the human faces of our other 2 artists out there.
We do need to do that. They're currently only on the Kickstarter.
That's okay. It's building the suspense. It's building the mystery.
Yes, exactly. Another great thing too, for all of those people who don't regularly use Kickstarter, to support a project, you do not need the money right then and there when you hit the pledge button. Hitting the pledge button is just a sort of promise to pay and your reward that you want. You are not charged unless the project gets 100% funded. And even when it gets 100% funded, you will not be charged until the project ends or completes, which would be September 1st-ish time, second, third, one of those days. Yeah, you don't actually get your card charged until it ends. So pledging now is a huge help. Like you don't have to have the money right now. It's just a pledge and you can save up for it when it does come out. But letting us know early is really helpful, both for the algorithm and for us to make sure we know what we need to get around.
Yep.
Rewards tiers, stretch goals, timeline.
Any questions? You see, all of us are pretty chronically online, if the stream didn't indicate that well enough to you. But all of our socials are listed in that. You can hit us up. We are going to be active in our Discords. If there's questions, if there's comments, if there's things you'd like to see, all of that stuff, definitely don't be afraid to shoot people a message and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I will sound like the broken record that I am on that, but really it is anybody else sharing it with their friends, especially if you are a TTRPG enthusiast, other people who get excited about this stuff. That's our people. That's our community. They're the ones who are going to be really, really stoked on this. And so sharing it with anybody you think might enjoy goes a really, really long way. And that helps a ton. And I always come back to, even if you can't support us financially, that goes a super long way in getting it out there and appeasing the algorithmic gods that we are all beholden to. So if you can help us get in the good graces of said gods, that would be super rad.
Super rad.
Super rad.
Man, I think we're kind of at the end here. I think we got all our info out, huh?
I think we did it.
Joey, is there anything you want to add? Or Swan, or anyone here? Because I just cut Swan off and I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. I was done. I was just going to say thank you to David, not only for joining the stream, but the first time on my channel. It's super wonderful having you here. Nice to
Yeah.
officially meet you.
Yeah.
I am hoping to get the dates off for Twin Tier Comic Con. So
Let's go. Yeah.
please send
Oh.
me those dates, brother.
I'm doing it right. Does anyone remember what days it is? Is it 14th and 15th, or is it
Oh, I thought it was 12 and
11th?
13.
It might be 12 and 13. You might be right. So here, let me go. It's November. Oh, November. Nope,
Oh,
not
it's
12 and
15,
13.
16.
15, 16.
15, 16.
Yep. 15th to the 16th. I'm sending it to you right now. 15th and
November
16th. Boom, I just sent it.
November 15th.
It says Saturday and Sunday. One of our potential influencers just messaged me back, so we'll see if we can get some shares from them. What was I going to say? Oh, for those of you who are, loving this and gonna back and such, and you're in the area and you're going to be coming to Twin Tiers Comic Con, just about all of us are slated to be there. I say slated because there's a potential that maybe one or two of us aren't there, but a good majority of us are going to be there so that you guys can have your copies signed, not only by the artist, but by the players if you want as well, and the DM if
Even
that's
the
something
DM?
people do. I don't know if people do that. I don't even know where I would sign, but either way. Oh, wait, I'm going to do like a thank you letter thing in it, so I'll sign there. That's where I'll.
Very
You're
Stanley
effectively a writer. You can sign anywhere you want.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Over top of Joey's character's face.
Yeah,
I feel
right
like it's
over
the
Ra-Ra's
power
face.
move.
I'm going to look at each person and go, where do you want me to sign? They're going to point somewhere and I'm going to go, okay. Just sign over the face. Is this where you wanted it? Sorry, I can't see.
Not breaking eye contact for the whole time.
So good. But yeah, thank you everybody for showing up and interacting with us, and please make sure to hit that notify, and we're gonna see you all come out for us on Friday.
Heck yeah.